YouTube, y'all see the title of the video. Man, I'm be real with y'all. Your boy about lost his job today, and I'm gonna tell y'all why and how. First thing first, I'm gonna say y'all mash that like button, comment down below. Excuse me, but I was on the phone. I had an emergency on the phone, and I was very upset about the emergency on the phone. A whole lot was going on, and y'all know I'm a security at an apartment complex. So I guess they heard me, but I don't understand how they heard me because I was in the booth with the windows closed. I can't make no excuses because in that moment I was emotional. You know, a lot of emotions was flowing through my body, and a lot of foul language was flowing through my mouth. So I'm not gonna cap on that, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm probably going off for like 15-20 minutes. In my mind, I'm not knowing that folks can hear me outside of my post, you know, and at the same time as I'm being emotional, I'm still doing my job. You know, I'm not taking out what I got going on the, you know, on the people who stay here or people who are also doing their job. So in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, everything cool because I'm not, you know, I'm very respectful. That's how I was raised, that's how I was brought up, you know. Respect is everything. So like I said, about 15-20 minutes I'm emotional, but I'm still, you know, simultaneously still doing my job, you know, without giving them attitude, of course, because y'all know how it is when you might have some things going on at work and you don't want to lash out on the people, customers or whoever like that. So the maintenance or the leasing office, a lady comes out, and as she comes out, ladies and gentlemen, she knocks on the window. And mind you, I'm still on the phone going through what I'm going through. So I open up the window. Y'all give me 2 seconds. So she knocks on the window, I open up the window. I don't get a warning, no nothing. This is my first time ever having a minor altercation at this location or even at this job, period. When I'm opening up the window, first thing she says is, she knocks on the window, boom, boom. I open up the window. First thing she says, you can go home. And as she said it, it's like, she said it with an attitude, ladies and gentlemen, like dead serious. She just said it with an attitude. She said it as if like this was her second or third time speaking with me. So that happened. And I'm noticing at that moment, it's not like she just came by herself. She came with a man, one of the maintenance men. And if y'all don't know me, I'm pretty sure some of y'all know me. At that moment in my head, I'm like, you brought this man down here for what? Like, what, he's supposed to be what? Like some type of authority or what? If it went left, you gonna put his hands on me or something? So in my mind, I'm thinking, this shit finna go left. Because if Buddy try to, you know, I might F around and lose my job. Especially if you think just by you being a man, walking with this woman is gonna scare me. You know what I'm saying? Or, ooh, you feel me? But this is where, you know, I have to be humble and learn how to, you know, work on my emotions straight up. So as soon as she said that, she said, yeah, you can go home. What she said? She said, yeah, you can go home. And then she catches a like small little attitude because I hit her with the, you know, I'm like, okay. And she's still standing at the window for a little bit, and she's like, I mean today, like right now. You know what I'm saying? And at that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like, I'm in the booth, I'm spazzing. I'm like, you know, what the fuck? Like, I'm a whole lot of foul language. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm what? Bitch? What? But by the time I get out of the booth, and this is a blessing, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm gonna be real, y'all, because it's a blessing that that man and that woman left out of that booth. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, if they were still standing there when I got outside of that booth, it was gonna go left. Just because I was saying a lot of foul language And y'all know how foul language can get. It can escalate real quick. So I feel like that was just, it was just the man above looking out for me, because I already was fucking up on my part by, having this emotional moment at work on the job, Nonetheless, it's my fault, you feel me, on why I'm not working at that specific location anymore. But the blessing is that after that situation occurred, I called my supervisor. I let him know that, the leasing lady sent me home. Had to let him know what was going on. And he told me, just figure out what you got to figure out. Handle your things at the crib, I just wanted to inform him, because I just don't want to get no call or folks like, oh, you left your post, so we got to fire you. So all in all, moral of the story in this situation is that happened, and I still have a job, because for the past 2-3 hours, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in my mind like, yes, I got a little, little cake stuck, little paper put up, you feel me? Because, that's just part of being an adult. You got to, because rent gonna keep coming whether you like it or not. So I'm been in my mind for the past 2-3 hours, like, I done put in another 4 or 5 applications on Indeed, because you can't depend on anything. You just can't depend on anything, straight up. So I'm doing that, and I get a call back. My supervisor went in there to speak on my behalf on, telling them what I had going on, but he called me back and let me know that I won't be able to work at that post. The blessing in this whole situation is I still have a job, and I'll just be working at another post, in the same city. Only difference is I have to catch a few more buses, that's all. So all in all, and I say all that to say this is because I know for a fact, ladies and gentlemen, if they would have just stood there at that post, I'm not no type to bite my tongue or none of that. So they would have heard all that. And me personally, at that time and in that moment, I didn't give a fuck if they heard me or not. So that, genuinely, I'm gonna be real, y'all, my ego almost fucked me up, like straight up, because if they were still there and I came out that booth and it was going back and forth, I'm not gonna lie, and they would have called my supervisor, I'm sure I would not have a job. But by them being gone by the time I came out that post, it was like, okay, just not gonna work at this location. But the blessing is, like I just told y'all, I still have a job, just at a different location. And in my mind for these past few hours, just been in my head like, as quick as you obtain something, is if you don't know how to control your emotions or control foul language, you can lose whatever you work for just like that. And in that moment in my head, I'm like, damn, I only got 2 more checks, rent to pay. So it's like a whole lot of stress been going through my mind for these past few hours. But I can't blame nobody but myself for acting the way I was acting. And I need to be grateful, and even more grateful, that I still do have a job, and I'm grateful that in that moment, my ego wasn't tested even more. Because like I said, I'm just be real, y'all. If them folks were still there, they would have heard me. Me and Buddy would have probably got the thumping. Shorty, y'all know me, I can call her all type of bitches and hoes, and real disrespectful. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even, you feel me? It just was gonna be real disrespectful. And I'm gonna be real, the Buddy who walked down with her, it just made, I'm just tell y'all my observation on him. Simp ass nigga, you feel me? Captain Save a hoe ass nigga, like, bitch, this a grown ass woman. She ain't doing nothing but telling me you can go home for the day. So the fact that this, what I'm saying? I'm not finna mess with this woman. I'm not finna touch this woman. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I guess a nigga wanted to prove his dominance. And I feel like in that moment, I'm gonna be real, y'all, I feel like she was, abusing her authority. Because I didn't get no warning at any job I ever been at. I've never got a warning, you know what I'm saying, just because I do my job. But in this situation, how what I was going through and my attitude, not towards the customers and people that was staying there, just in general, I guess it just not supposed to be doing that when you at work, period. You feel me? I just got out of character, which I wasn't supposed to do. at the end of the day, like I just told y'all, man, I'm blessed that I even still have a 9 to 5, you know. And it's just put me that mindset that any day, any second, you could lose it all. You lose your job, and nowadays you really gonna be struggling. If you think you were struggling before without a job, if you think you were struggling before, times that by 50 without a job. You know what I'm saying? So that's just going through my mind, like, for the past few hours, and me talking about this and sharing this story with y'all, you know, it's helping me ease on and just move on. Because in that moment, ladies and gentlemen, it's like, you all know I read people quicker than the average person. It's just, I know it's just the way I'm feeling. And then my supervisor went in there and told her what I got going on, and she still was just like, you know, I don't want me at the post, so I can't be mad at it. Cool, you don't want me at that post, cool. I gotta, you know, make sure I don't F up at this next location. I'm gonna let my supervisor know that, you know, off rip, won't happen again. Motherfuckers won't hear my name for nothing else. Anytime any company ever heard of my name when I was working, you feel me? I always been a great worker. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you cannot take away from me. Good. I'm striving to be great. And then once I hit great, I'm gone, because I'm going ahead and start my own shit. You see what I'm saying? But for the time being, you got to understand where you at on the totem pole. Right now, I'm a worker, planning my own 9 to 5. You see what I'm saying? So, but in that moment, though, I read both of their ass. Like, you just trying to abuse your authority, Miss Lady. And Ninja, you coming because you most likely want to fuck on this bitch. That's just what it is. Like, come on now. You feel me? Like, nigga, I'm security. You walking down this bitch like you security. You feel me? But, you know, like I said, I'm very much grateful for the fact that I do still have a job. And this today won't nothing but a learning experience of really, like, it don't matter if you're in the right, the wrong, whatever. When it comes to these situations, life experiences, things you got going on at home, just try to figure it out in the most discreet and subtle way you can, and really put foot on the gas, you know, on them situations when you get off the post, or when you know what I'm saying, at home. But on the job, nah, because by me doing what I just did today, y'all, a nigga really would have been stressing, because I could have been jobless today. I really could have lost my job today. Like dead shit, I really could have lost my job today. And I've been doing so good these past few weeks, you know, not missing a day, motherfuckers not hearing nothing about my name, to one day, one moment, one word turned me into something that I know I'm trying to stay away from. And that right there, and that ego would have had me fucked up. At 26 years old, trying to get my life together. And I'm still learning this even at 26, that, you know, control your motherfucking emotions. A lot of us, you know, we won't taught that growing up. No matter what the situation is, or folks pissing us off. Depending on where you at, what you doing, you can lose everything, you know. But yeah, y'all comment down below what y'all think about this video. I appreciate y'all time. Real deal. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. I just had to get this off my chest, ladies and gentlemen. I work tomorrow, so I just wanna, you know, every thought I got now is I just wanna stay positive and not ever get in another situation like that. Especially if ain't nobody putting their hands on me or nothing. It's like ego. That ego would kill you. That ego would kill you. And y'all know how long it take to get another job out here. You know what I'm saying? It took me damn near 2-3 months to pick up this job. You see what I'm saying? So you just gotta be mindful of that. Appreciate y'all time, ladies and gentlemen. And again, comment down below what y'all think. Smash that like button. You feel me? And again, I can't say it enough. I appreciate y'all time. See y'all in the next one.